Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of our hands-on SPSS training series. I am Dr. Felix Oyeleye and in this video we are going to begin your journey into mastering SPSS, starting from the basic, the interface, how to set up your environment and how to create your very first data set. By the end of this section, you will know your way around SPSS confidently and be ready to create or to start entering and managing your own data. When you open SPSS for the very first time, you will notice two main tabs just at the bottom of your screen. And these are the data view and the variable view. Now think of the data view as your spreadsheets, where each row represents a respondent or a case, and each column represents a variable. Variables like gender, age, income, height, weight, or what have you. Now when we switch to the variable view, this is where you define the properties of each of your variable, such as you have the variable name, you have the type of variable, the label of your variable, and the measurement level of your variable. Now, each column in the data view actually has a matching definition in the variable view. You will also notice a menu bar just on top of your screen. And here we have the File tab, we have the Edit, the View, the Data, Transform, Analyze, and Graph. We are going to be discussing this in future sessions. Just feel free to navigate through them. It's a small data set together. Imagine we conducted a simple survey among 5 students about their gender, their age, and satisfaction with online learning. Now, at step 1, we go to the variable view. In our variable view, in the first row where we have name, we're going to type in age. Under type, we're going to enter numeric. Set the decimal to 0. Under label, we will enter respondent age. Now it's important to understand that the label actually gives a more vivid or clearer description of our variable. Now, under measurement, we're going to choose scale. Now we move to the second row for our second step. In that next row, under name, we're going to put gender. While under type, we put string ideally, but let's say we have coded our gender. Say, for instance, we have allocated 1 to male and 2 to female. Then in that case, we are going to still retain numeric in this case. Okay? For the gender label, we are going to put gender of respondent. Gender of respondent. And then we head over to measure. Under measure, we are going to put nominal. Now, if you are wondering why under measure I'm choosing scale and nominal for this different variable, you may need to check out my video on variables and scale of measurements. It is a well articulated lecture, a comprehensive one that will give you a guide on how to know the scale of measurement of variables. Now the next step is to add the last variable, which is satisfaction. Okay? Satisfaction with online learning. Now please take note, under the variable name, we cannot have a sentence. There are certain characters that cannot be under the variable name. So it is better to just use a descriptive word for our variable under the name. So we put satisfaction here. Okay? And under here, if we have also ordered, say we have ordered the level of satisfaction, maybe we put it in form of scale, the scale of 1 to 5. Same way, we are going to choose numeric under type. Okay? In situation whereby we have not coded our variable, that is when, if you are dealing with qualitative variable, you have to enter string. Now let's switch over to our data view. But before then, let's also indicate that our level of measurement is ordinal. Because we have probably ranked the level of satisfaction. So now let's move to our data view. So in our data view, let's attempt to enter our variables. Age, let's put 23. Gender, female, 2. And satisfaction, let's say 3. For the second student, let's enter 22. Gender, female, satisfaction 4. Don't forget that 2 represents the female gender under our gender variable, while 1 represents the male. So that is why I'm adding 2 under the gender variable. So next, let's add the age, 24, and then we have 1 as the gender, and then satisfaction, we put 3. Now for the 4th student, we want to add the age, and then we put the gender, and then we put the satisfaction level. Now for the 5th student now, we enter the age, then we indicate the gender, and we put the satisfaction. Now with this, we have entered our data sets. So you can appreciate that under age, you have the age of the individual student being entered, and then their coded gender, 2 for female and 1 for male, are also entered. And then the level of satisfaction that has been rated on the scale of 1 to 5 has also been indicated. Let's go ahead and save it. You move up to the menu tab just on top, You have your file, you click on it, and then you go to Save As. Then it's important you decide where you want to save your file. It's important you decide where you want to save your file. If you want it in document, then you go ahead. But if you want it in other folder in your system, you can select. You can click the drop-down menu and select. Let's say we want to save it in our desktop. Then we click desktop, and then we look for the folder we want to save it, and then we select. Otherwise, we can just go ahead and save it. It will be placed on the desktop. So let's look for a very clear name to save our data set. So let's say we use student underscore survey to save it. Now you will notice one thing, that the file will be saved as a CAV file. SPSS data are usually saved as CSV file, but you can of course convert them to Excel or CSV, even as case may be. We are going to be discussing how to do those conversions in further sessions. So let's go ahead and click on Save to save our data set. Now our data set has been saved. Now if you close this particular output window, the output window, you will notice that on the top left hand corner you now have student underscore survey.sa as the name of our data set. So at this point we have been able to save our data set. Let's take a quick look at some of our menu shortcuts. If you go to the menu bar, you have Analyze. Under Analyze, if you click on it, you are going to find the different tests. You have your descriptive statistics, frequency, explore, cross tabulation, ratio. You can also come to table, okay? Multiple response sets. Then you can come to comparing mean. It is under comparing mean we do our t-test and our analysis of variance. That's the ANOVA test. So we have the t-test, which is comparing mean. If you are dealing with one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, or pair sample t-test, or one-way ANOVA. You can also find our regression, the common statistical tests we conduct. We have our regression, correlation, mixed model, and also if you want to conduct a pilot test, you have our reliability analysis. Now you don't have to actually memorize this. We are going to be using them repeatedly in subsequent episodes until they become a second nature. Now it is your turn. Create a small data set on your own, maybe about 10 respondents with at least 4 variables, say age, gender, occupation, and satisfaction level. Save your file and practice switching from the data view and the variable view. Congratulations! You have just taken your first step in the world of SPSS. In our next video, we will move into data entry and importing Excel file into SPSS so you can start working with larger real-life data sets. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and drop a comment. telling me what kind of data sets you are planning to use in your research. And don't forget to turn on notification so you don't miss the next episode. It is still research and statistics. I will see you again.